Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you well know, my policy on the Levin Show is not to go out and ask candidates running for president to come on the program. They ask us, and we try and fit them into the schedule, particularly important days. And Mitt Romney doesn't want to come on the show. Ron Paul doesn't want to come on the show. Newt didn't contact us. But Rick Santorum did. Rick Santorum, how are you, my friend?
Well, I am doing much better just hearing the voice of the great one.
Well, aren't you kind? Let me tell you something. I was harassed by a Romney supporter at baggage claim last night at Dulles Airport, I'll have you know. My goodness.
I suspect he wasn't working at Dulles Airport in the baggage claim area.
No. It was a woman supporter. and after she was yelling at me, I said, you know what, you now convinced me. But anyway, let's see here. Where were we? No, I just made the point. That's not how you convince people to your point of view, of course. But all that said, now, Senator, we have a big race in Alabama, Mississippi, and Hawaii. And here's the thing. I'm looking at the president's poll ratings in these various polls. He's taken a killing. People are not happy with the way he's handling the economy. They are furious with what's going on with the price of fuel. My attitude, Senator, is rather than free condoms, how about driving down the price of fuel? Are you with me? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm with you. And in fact,
how do we do that?
I've been carrying around my lump of oil shale that I picked up from the Bakken, from North Dakota, and talking about how we, at an oil well in Tioga, North Dakota, they produce light sweet crude, which is the most highly valued crude oil, and they sell it at a $32 discount instead of a premium because they have to truck it and train it to market. And this president won't build a pipeline. And he won't build a pipeline that will get us oil from Canada, that will get us oil cheaper, and people will be able to make more money in the state of North Dakota. And not only that, when I talk to the people in North Dakota, as I do in Pennsylvania, in North Dakota, they have things called man camps, where they have these trailers. It's like you're almost in Afghanistan, almost like in a foreign country, where they have these trailers, bolted together in a hallway in between them, and they have like a city where men go from all over the country come up there to live. And I said, well, why do you do that? Why shouldn't there be a housing boom up here? And they say they can't get developers to build houses because the Obama administration has threatened to shut down the oil wells because they are regulating this hydraulic fracking. So not only is he costing them money, he's costing them the opportunity for this area of the country, an area of the country that's been left behind in many, many cases in rural America. He's costing that area of the country the opportunity to see real prosperity because of government regulation and the threat of future government regulation.
Now, so for the people of Alabama and Mississippi and Hawaii, isn't the answer the same as it is for the rest of the country? To keep talking about green jobs and green energy like he actually knows what he's talking about, which he doesn't, which Europe has tried and been unable to accomplish, which Ireland has tried and failed, and go on and on. These are phony fantasies that he's putting out there. There may be a time for it, but we can drill now and look at all of the fuel that they said we didn't have. Look at all the fuel that we do have.
It's interesting, Mark, as time goes on, the amount of oil, the amount of gas, the amount of coal that we have actually keeps increasing because we find not only new formations, but we have new technologies to get at those formations. And so the idea that there's a finite amount in all likelihood of oil and gas, but there is an infinite amount of potential for us to be able to go out and get these new enriched deposits. Even at the current rate of extraction, we'd have 163 years left of oil in this country. We are not around the corner going to lose our oil, our ability to rely on oil. We need to use the technology that's available to use to get that oil out of the ground, to use it to reduce prices in this country, to use it to create jobs in this country, and to use it so we can stop funding our enemies over in the Middle East with these outrageously high gasoline and oil prices. We have an opportunity to do something that's good for national security, that's good for job creation, and it's good for the economy. And this president says no, no, no at every turn.
And the funny thing is he's running around talking about we're producing more. We have produced more in the last 8 years. He had nothing to do with it.
Nothing. It's private lands, and this goes back to North Dakota and Pennsylvania. The reason that we've been fortunate enough to have a huge boom in gas and natural gas production is because Pennsylvania, as you know, Mark, has very little national forests or federally owned land. It's all privately held, and as a result, private sector is developing private lands. But on the federal lands, they're not letting any development take place. They're holding it back and holding it down. And if it wasn't for the private lands, we would have a steep decline in the amount of production that's going on right now. And as I mentioned before, the president is threatening to shut down this private development by trying to put federal regulation over this hydraulic fracturing, which has been going on. People don't know this. We've been hydraulically fracking wells since World War II. There have been over 800,000 wells using this technology, and all of a sudden now, because it's driving prices down, the president wants to regulate it.
Mitt Romney said today, I was watching Cavuto today. He's a great guy, good friend of mine. I was watching, did I just get him in trouble? Well, anyway, I was watching Cavuto on Fox, and Romney was on, and Romney said, look, the idea that Rick Santorum's trying to run to the right of me as a conservative on economic matters as opposed to social matters is laughable. It's a big government concern. So what do you have to say to Mr. Romney?
I didn't pass Romney Care, which is a government takeover of 1/6 of the economy. I, in fact, authored a bill at the time, and Bill Clinton was coming forward with Hillary Care. I worked with the then Budget Committee member, along with me, guy now is the governor of Ohio, John Kasich, and we put forth the first bill called health savings accounts. It's called medical savings accounts back then, but it was an idea of a private sector health reform that put the money and the power in the hand of the individual so we could build a great health care system believing in 300 million consumers, not government control. When Mitt Romney's solution to a health care problem is to take over 1/6 of the economy, you can't call yourself as conservative. You can call yourself a socialist, but you can't call yourself a conservative. And the second thing is, again, when the economy got in trouble and Wall Street got in trouble, I said no to a government takeover of Wall Street, no to a government bailout. Mitt Romney, Mr. Conservative from Wall Street, said, no, I'm going to bail out my buddies on Wall Street and temporarily forget that I'm supposed to be this economic conservative. Again, we were talking about energy, and they're all out there saying, oh, yeah, we're for more energy production. But when global warming was the rage, Mitt Romney bought it hook, line, and sinker, wanted to put in place a cap-and-trade program. They were negotiating a regional cap-and-trade program, government control of the manufacturing energy sector of the economy, another huge sector of the economy. And for Mitt Romney, Mr. Top-Down government control of the economy, to suggest that I am not the social, means that I am not the economic conservative who opposed all those things, who reformed the welfare system, didn't add to it, as Governor Romney did in Romney Care, is again Mitt Romney going out there and having trouble telling the American public the truth about what he believes in and misrepresenting what I've done as a member of Congress.
You know, this cap and trade thing is the second biggest disaster if they get it to Obamacare.
Absolutely.
Now,
maybe even worse.
But I even quoted Newt Gingrich in Liberty and Tyranny as supporting cap and trade.
Yes, he did. He supported
it was well known.
Yeah, he supported it for years. Sat on a couch with Nancy Pelosi and said that we need to do something about the threat of climate change. This was an organization that was, that Al Gore was behind, who ran this ad. And as you know, for 20 years, he supported a federal mandate for the government to force you to buy health insurance at the federal level, something now the 26 Republican attorney generals have brought suit in the United States Supreme Court as a unconstitutional reach of power. Newt Gingrich for 20 years supported it. Here's the problem, Mark. We need someone in the general election that provides a contrast with Barack Obama, different visions for our country, not Tweedledum and Tweedledee, not someone that says, that, yeah, I was for it, but I'm not for it anymore, and it's bad now, but it wasn't then. We would be giving this election away if we put forward a moderate Republican who was the same as Barack Obama on the issues that got the Tea Party all excited, our Republican base excited. The reason Romney's not being able to close this deal is because he's wrong on the issues, and people know it, they don't trust him, and there's a reason they don't trust him.
Website is ricksantorum.com, ricksantorum.com. Rick Santorum, now, but you're also running against Newt Gingrich, right? So, yep. I don't think telling Newt to get out is going to help him get out. I really don't. How do you think that's going to shake out, though, if he Well, let me ask you this. Mississippi and Alabama, do you think you can beat them in either or both states?
You know, I'm here with Congressman Robert Adderholt from northern Alabama, and he says he's feeling good. I mean, I can only trust the folks here on the ground that we've got the momentum right now, and we're picking up here in the state of Alabama. I think it's going to be close. I mean, a lot of folks, as you see, vote for folks from your region of the country, folks that they know well, and obviously people here don't know me as well as they would Congressman Girgis, who represented a neighboring state, but we feel like that we're going to run well here. We may win, and we'll come in, very, very close to the top. And here's the point: ever since Nevada, I've finished, I think, almost first and second in almost every race, and Newt hasn't finished above third, with the exception of his home state of Georgia. And this weekend, I got 51% in the state of Kansas. Newt finished under 20%, didn't even qualify for any delegates. So, it's in Illinois, which is up next Tuesday. Again, there we are. We're sitting basically in a statistical tie with Mitt Romney in the 30s, and Newt's at 10%. He's not. All he's doing is pulling enough votes to make it harder for me to be able to defeat Governor Romney, and that's okay. I mean, he can stay in and do that in hopes of maybe trying to get to a convention. But I think we have an opportunity to be able to break out of this pack and start winning race after race after race against Governor Romney and roll this thing up and go to the convention with a strong candidate. I don't think Governor Romney's capable of doing that.
I hope, while you're in Alabama, although you're running 1,000 miles a day, you could get some Gibson's barbecue. Because I'll tell you what.
I went to Dreamland Barbecue.
Oh, my gosh. That's another one.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, the best country-style ribs I have ever had. I mean, I only had 5 of them because they were watching, they were filming me eat, and I didn't want to look like I was, over-consuming. But yes. I snuck out some from the road. They're sitting right next to my feet right now, and we're looking forward to that, heating those up in the microwave for dinner tonight.
Oh, that DreamWorks is well known, very famous. But, well, it's glad that you got there. There's more good restaurants, all over the South. It's just, I'm already 240. I think I'd be around 280. But
no, come on. You look.
Wait a minute. You've seen me eat.
People don't realize how tall you are. You're a very tall guy. You can carry that weight, Mark. You can. Don't worry about it.
Well, you've seen me carry that weight. You've seen me put on that weight right at that Bob Evans over there.
I have. It's Bob Evans. Mark Levin's famous gourmet restaurant, favorite gourmet restaurant is Bob Evans. I can back that up for a fact.
Rick Santorum, my best to you and your family. Be safe out there, and if you bump into Romney or Newt or Ron Paul, let them know that they're welcome to come on.
I certainly will, and I appreciate the opportunity. Great one. You didn't play the Jackie Gleason theme. I won't hold that against you, but you do deserve it. And my wife is sitting here, and about 5 times she's poked me in the ribs telling me to say hello to you, so hello.
Well, hello to your beautiful wife, and she is. Oh, wait, there you go.
She's a huge fan of the great one.
Well, God bless you. Be safe. Whole family.
Thank you,
All
buddy.
right, take care.